From eerie stalkers to bizarre individuals lurking around your front porch, you find yourself on an uncomfortable and nerve-wracking journey. If this thrills you, we have compiled some of the most hair-raising clips for you to witness. Brace yourselves for an unsettling ride as we browse through it together. On the night of March 7th, some seriously messed up stuff went down. This mysterious man steps onto a house's front porch, carrying a whole yellow fuel container. He proceeds to pour the entire fuel container right in front of the door. The guy then, using a dinky little lighter, tries to set the fuel on fire. That's crazy and dangerous. Thankfully, the guy couldn't tell the difference between diesel fuel and actual gasoline. As a result, he failed miserably since diesel fuel is way less flammable than gasoline. After his epic failure, the guy gives up and walks away. But here's the scary part. At the time, there was a mother with her 2 little children inside the house. As soon as the mother saw the footage, she wasted no time calling the cops. The police identified and arrested the guy. It turns out he lived in a house just across the street. However, the woman claimed she had no clue as to who this man was or why he would try to harm her and her family. To make things more bizarre, when he was asked why he did it, he claimed he saw a freaking ghost and was trying to get rid of it. Sweet scam, sour ending. On an ordinary morning, the doorbell rang at a woman's house. She opened it to find a young man in his 20s selling candy, or so it seemed. Just as she was about to make a purchase, the other men suddenly popped up at her door, armed and ready for action, right in broad daylight. But here's the real shocker. It turns out that the candy guy was a part of the setup from the beginning. Their plan: gain trust and strike when the woman is least expecting it. The armed men robbed the poor woman of her belongings and vanished into thin air before the cops could catch them. Interestingly, just a few minutes earlier, the doorbell camera of a nearby house caught the same guy trying his sweet trick here too. Fortunately, the homeowner didn't fall for it. But it doesn't end here. The same candy guy tried the same trick at another house across the street. Luckily, the homeowners didn't take the bait either. But sadly, the whole gang of criminals managed to slip away. The police never caught these sneaky candy-selling devils, leaving the entire neighborhood on edge. Nightmare heist. This man was not ready for what was about to come to him. On February 2, 2022 in Houston, things took a seriously haunting turn for a contractor working in a townhome. It was around 6 p.m. when, out of nowhere, an unknown person, armed and masked, just materialized inside the townhome with him. That's the stuff of nightmares. For over an hour, the mysterious man went through the townhome, looting and ravaging the place. To top it off, he was even listening to a police scanner. Making sure he had enough time before the cops could show up. And interestingly, this entire event was caught on camera, adding to the horror. The homeowners weren't home at the time, which, unfortunately, made it even easier for this intruder to go about his business. He grabbed various items belonging to them, and to make matters worse, he stumbled upon the contractor's keys and took off on his truck. He had some audacity. Now, the crazy part is that this creepy criminal was never found despite the endless efforts put forth by the cops. The stolen truck was discovered 2 days later, abandoned in a nearby restaurant parking lot, but that's where the trail goes cold. No sign of them or the stolen items has been found since then. Punching glass and pushing doors. Look at this chilling footage where an unidentified man is seen approaching the front door of a house. Wasting no time, he leans against the door, attempting to open it without even bothering to knock. The doorbell camera alerts the homeowner to the motion, encouraging them to investigate. Curiosity gets the best of the homeowners as they cautiously open the door to see what the man wants. But to their surprise, the man seizes the opportunity and boldly steps inside without an invitation or explanation. Creepy people and their audacity never fail to surprise me.
Hello. Hi. I'm sorry. Who are you? Good. You need to leave. Okay. Out there. What? What's the stairs? Come on, where are you going? What's the stairs? Goodbye, you.
As he notices the red flag, the homeowner quickly demands the man leave, but he pays no heed, pushing the boundaries further. The situation escalates, and the homeowner has no choice but to physically force the man out, engaging in a tense struggle as they speak. In a shocking turn of events, as the homeowner tries to shut the door in the intruder's face, the man violently punches the glass on the door. Can you seriously believe the nerve of this guy? Fortunately, the homeowner managed to close and lock the door just in time. But there's more. The man continues to linger around, repeatedly trying to open the door handle before the video comes to an end. This encounter will surely leave the homeowner and anyone watching this footage with a sense of unease. Flames next door. In the eerie darkness of July 26, 2019, an unsettling scene unfolded on a quiet neighborhood street. The doorbell camera caught all the action. However, what you don't see in this footage is that the house right next to the woman with the camera was completely engulfed in flames. Can you imagine how terrifying it must have been for everyone? As the camera recorded, shadows flickered and danced, hiding the terrifying sight just out of view. And here's the scary part. The houses were so darn close together that the woman's house was in serious danger too. Thankfully, some brave neighbors rushed to warn the homeowners about the danger.
Yeah, if their house is on fire.
I know, I'm knocking on the door. There's nobody answering. Can I help you?
The house next door to you is on fire. Your house is almost on fire.
Okay, thank you.
It seems like the loud and desperate banging on the door reached the ears of the people inside the house. Fate played a hand, and the homeowners woke up just in time. The damage was evident. Some trees and parts of structures were covered with the scars of the vicious flames. But strangely enough, the house with the doorbell camera was left mostly unharmed. The creepy Swordsman of Arizona. Another spine-chilling event took place in Phoenix, Arizona. The footage revealed a man armed with a real sword, a hammer, and an axe creeping up to the front porch like a ghostly figure from a horror story. Without hesitation, this intruder began grabbing multiple items left outside the house. Despite a passing car, the man seemed completely unfazed, lost in his eerie mission. As the night wore on, the man finally walked away, his bag filled with the stolen goods and the glint of the sword still visible under his arm. The chilling silence hung in the air, leaving a sense of unease behind. Late in the night on August 10, 2021, a woman returned home from a long day at work. As she unlocked her door and stepped inside, little did she know that danger was lurking just behind her. Suddenly, an armed man barged into her home, catching her off guard. Not long after, another man joined the intruder inside. The two menacing figures demanded the keys to the woman's car, and fearing for her safety, she complied.
Don't move. Don't stay.
With the keys in hand, they dashed back outside to a waiting car and sped away into the night, leaving the woman in a state of shock and fear. The incident was reported to the police immediately, And within just a few hours, they located the stolen vehicle stopped at a traffic light. The officers attempted to pull the car over. They bolted at high speed, and the rainy conditions only made the pursuit more risky. The police had no choice but to call off the chase. Just 2 days later, the authorities managed to track down the 2 culprits involved in the theft. The man who confronted the woman in her own home was charged with a string of serious crimes, including home invasion, armed robbery, and motor vehicle theft. The stolen car remained elusive. The authorities continued their search, but the vehicle seemed to have vanished into thin air. Beware, dogs in your backyard. A guy in Florida receives a doorbell alert at work. He checks the camera to see a creepy man with a hat, sunglasses, and bandana holding a handgun. When asked, the guy claims he lost his dog and wants to search for it in the backyard. The homeowner, however, does not fall for a cheap trick like this.
Hey, just wondered if you guys saw a lost puppy. He's a pit bull. Blue nose. I believe he came in your yard, but I don't want to look without your permission.
Hey, you at the wrong house, dog.
Alright.
Without saying a word after this, the armed man bolts. After inquiring with the police, it turns out that the man had tried to pull his stunt at other houses too. However, the police couldn't identify him since he had covered his face. But man, it was a close call. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned and subscribe for more thrilling content.